Guys, well, this just came before. I'm just gonna talk for a couple seconds. I just changed settings. So I'm getting used to it again. But we got Obii versus Cdumas momentarily. Sorry if my voice or anything sounds different. I've been changing with settings. Trying to get a bit better quality sound coming out of this, just because I didn't like something that I heard in another video. But I don't have high hopes for it, quite frankly. I'm just trying to get videos out at this point. So I really enjoy narrating games. And if it's quality for the viewers, that's great too. But honestly, my priority is just have a good time myself. And I'm sure people understand that. But anyway, I'm not going to narrate a bunch of random ass shit like this. I'm just going to pause till the Obii game starts in a minute. All right, what's up, guys? We got Obii versus Cdumas. SMOU Week 7 SPL here coming at you. So the Chronicles, Obii's team, unfortunately, is on the brink of being out. Actually, I don't think they're mathematically out yet, but they pretty much need to win out and get some help. So things aren't looking too great for them. However, on the other side, Obii, his opponent, Cdumas, is on the scooters now. He was 0-4 on the bigs, and things just weren't working out there very well. I don't know as if he asked to get traded or if he refused to play or what, but he basically got traded for 5K when his initial price was well over 20K. So that's that. He got traded to the Scooters, who are a team very much in the playoff mix right now. I believe they're in like 3rd or 4th place. They're a solid team, a lot of strong players. So yeah, it's gonna be hard for the Chronicles to win this week. But the way to start that off would be with Obii getting a win here. It's worth noting that Obii's initial opponent was Will of Fire, but I don't know if he was busy or if the plan was to sub Cdumas in, whatever it is. Obii seemed to be aware of it as of yesterday, perhaps even beforehand. So I assume there was no like bullshit going on where like the Scooters are trying to like cheese a win. I don't think they do that against Obii, someone who was the Scooters manager last year and a friend to a lot of them anyway. So I'm sure that this is legitimate. And I mean I saw the sub, so I know this game is legitimate. But yeah, I don't think they're trying to like pull some bullshit on Obii. I think this is just a game, and I think Obii knew what was going on. So that's fine. Anyway, I'm looking at teams. We've got a bulky offense that leans a bit more towards on the offensive side from Obii. We've got a bulky offense from Cdumas that leans a bit more towards the balanced side from Cdumas. Looking at it, we've got some interesting Pokemon such as Keldeo on Cdumas' side and Sharpedo on Obii's side. Anyway, getting into the leads. Unless this is all out pummeling Keldeo, then I think this Rotom matches up nicely from the lead. I'd imagine he's just going to click a safe Volt Switch. It's actually worth noting that the switch out, just going to click Sacred Sword. That's Specs damage. It's going to do 73. That's unfortunate, actually, because this had a lot of utility, especially if it was Will-O-Wisp against Cdumas' team, and now it's quite weakened. So that's a nice turn for the Cdumas side, especially since it makes Hydro Pump a bit more threatening, as well as just like Scald from the Keldeo and the Greninja, respectively. Or Greninja and Keldeo, respectively, rather. But nevertheless, Obii is going to get a Volt Switch off into Tapu Lele, which itself looks quite threatening, especially if it is not Scarf, as then it could potentially break through the Bulu. However, I think that it probably is Scarf, given that he switched it in here. You know, it's locked into Sacred Sword, so I take that back. While the Landorus has to be Rocks, this could be Scarf, but also the Superior can be Scarf. So one of them is definitely the Scarfer, but we'll wait and see. Quite frankly, I think it would be somewhat likely for this to be Z or Specs as well. Honestly, you can't really tell this early, given the information revealed, what the Layla set is. But seeing as this is locked in the Sacred Sword, it's a favorable position for Obii to just click an attack, and he's going to click Psy Shock, and that's going to do 41%, revealing that Specs. That damage is of the utmost importance, seeing as if this Trend goes down, then Leaf Storm from the Superior looks mad good. So I'd imagine that it's kind of likely for Obii to just click Psy Shock once more, as he doesn't necessarily need this Lele at full. While Psychic Train might help for a potential assault from the Greninja's Water Shuriken against a weakened Mega Sharpedo, or even a Shift Gear Magearna, although I think it's probably Assault Vest. I don't necessarily know if it's needed overall, seeing as things are healthy right now and the Superior is at full, which is likely the Scarfer given that. However, he's going to elect to retreat to the Rotom W, which is a fine play. It reveals to be Yappa Berry, so actually maybe not, unless this is Z, and then it could be Z Rotom, which would make sense to it. But otherwise, I would have stayed out, and then I would have switched in after Rocks went up. But I also would have just preferred to chip on turn another 40%. That would be pretty big. Because then if you get your own Rocks up, then like Leaf Storm is like 2 kill range. Anyway, he's going to go for Thunder Wave, and he's going to hit the Keldeo. So that's a nice play there from Obii. Predicting either the Bulu or You're probably predicting the Bulu to come in, but also knowing that he probably wasn't going to click Volt Switch that turn, and as in turn 4, as there's a chance of the Landorus coming in to try and block it and then kill with U-turn, seeing as he's so low. But Obii went for a nice smart mid ground there and got the Thunder Wave, and then also got the Volt Switch off and Keldeo, letting his Landorus come on in, which is again likely to stealth rock, etc. There's nothing else to stealth rocks on Obii's team. But anyway, that's going to give him a 6-5 advantage. However, his Rotom is chipped and rocks are up. But on Cdumas' side, the Heatran is chipped. Anyway, this Greninja is going to come on in. If it truly is the berry on the Rotom, then it could very well come in here to take rocks, but then regain health, replenish health to scout the move. However, Magearna is also a pretty safe bet as well. The main thing is that you kind of do want Magearna alive to be a pivot against Mawile or Bulu once or twice later on in the game. So you definitely have to play with a certain level of caution here. Regardless, there's no way in hell Obii is going to stay in with the Landorus here. He kind of knew that coming into this sequence. He's probably just calculating the damage on Rotom now to kind of weigh his options. I don't know. Given that Sacred Sword damage, it may very well have significant special defense, which is what I've been leaning towards more on Rotom lately, just given how common Heatran is, Tornadus, Greninja even. I feel like especially defensive invested Rotom plus Magearna actually is a nice core for checking things like Ash Greninja, for example, as well. So yeah, Obii's team likely subscribing to that notion. But anyway, the position here is probably slightly favorable for Cdumas, but it's definitely still anyone's game. This turn is going to be important. If I'm Cdumas, I'm personally clicking just Hydro Pump, but Obii has to find the best way to react to that. I personally would not. Oh, whoa! Hold your horses. So it's Scarf, Rock, Landorus, and it's definitely Ash Greninja then. That is a very surprising time. But anyway, that's 98%. And the Rotom's going to come in here. It's going to get the berry. So it should be able to lift 2 Hydro Pumps. Oh, it's going to go for Spot. Oh, it's Protein. Oh. So now is this just Defog? It's just Defogs, right? Unless it's Scarf, Fog, Syrup, and this is dual status. That's a possibility too. That did a lot. That going did 56 on a Defog. And now is this going to die to poison? Actually, that's kind of perfect for Obii. Because that avoids like dumb mind games. Yeah, now the Landorus just comes in the Revenge Kill. And this being Protein is a bit surprising. Actually, you know what? I take it back. That being Protein makes a lot of sense with Keldeo. I should have foreseen that. I'm sorry. That was poor by me. But anyway, one thing to note is that with the Keldeo down and the Greninja weakened, Landorus itself is quite a threat, especially if it's an HP Ice variant. Also, Sharpedo. Only thing that's in the way of Sharpedo and sweeping is A, this Landorus' health bar going down a little bit, and B, the Tabu Bulu being weakened, assuming it's Ice Fang. Oh my god, he went for up there. Wow. It was a nice play there. Shit. And this is a Scarf Landorus too. Actually, pivoting into this is kind of awkward now for Obii. He's going to go to Serp. Oh, he's going to go to Serp on a Defa. Wait, so is this is like probably some thread nest superior. It's not Scarf superior then. Okay. Oh, these sets are fucking with me. So yeah, this is no way Scarf superior now, so. But that is Scarf Landorus. If Obii is sub, I would definitely click it. Some sub-seed action could really go a long way. However, on the contrary, unintended, Leech Seed is also a fine play as it hits everything besides Bulu. If you're HP ground, then you just click Leaf Storm no matter what, and because that's pretty big. Also, worth noting that with Evasion, combined with the fact that Heatran's not a Z move, and it's probably Magma Storm, looking at the Talk Specs matchup, when you have Keldeo and Protein Greninja, you want to have Magma Storm. It's probably, it has to be Magma Storm Tran, yeah, so the odds of it hitting through the Superior aren't great, so if it is a Sub-Seed variant, then that is really big for Obii, although Obii could very well double out to something advantageous against Heatran, such as the Landorus, or even the Sharpedo, although I think it feels a bit early for the Sharpedo. Quite frankly, the Sharpedo matchup is not too great. Hell, he could even go to Tapu Lele and try and cheese away at a Focus Blast, as not only would Focus Blast probably kill the Heatran, it definitely kill the Heatran, but it would also covers the option of his opponent trying to fire up the Greninja, as you wouldn't have to click Psychic Move. It would dent this in the range for Sharpedo later on. It would probably freaking kill, if not like 90-something, with the Mawile pre-evolution. However, the downside of that is that Focus Blast would be pretty predictable, and if it hit into the Bulu, which I'd imagine would be the likely play, then he would be back on the defensive, although he could easily go to Magearna after that. But anyway, I'm not going to try and go through potential sequences because it's all likely this is going to stand. It's going to stand as Bulu comes in on a Claire. Okay. See, I kind of figured it would be Subseed on this team because you want to weaken shit for the Sharpedo. But, I don't think this is a bad option. Quite frankly, I don't think this is abandoned Bulu and you just gave it Grassy Train. However, I do wonder, is he going to go Tran now? I think that Tran might be the play now. Could we potentially see Obii figuring out that he's going to go Tran, seeing as this Bulu is probably specially defensive? This Bulu has to be specially defensive. Is Keld an Ashburn counter? I don't think so. Well, this Bulu can be a number of things. I think we have to wait before we see. But it was worth noting that that Greninja is probably Z-Dig, as the Gong Shot did so much damage. He's going to go Magirna. It's a nice mid-ground play. Yeah, I think that's okay. Probably just Iron Head. Because Iron Head plus full process, plus the fact that Superpower is the thing that does the most damage, so you're going to force him to Horn Leech, because otherwise you get the -1 defense. The main issue is that, well, you might have to fight or something to get Lele in to Moonblast. I don't know. It just kind of, oh, it's Calm Mind. Oh, hold your horses. I did not anticipate that. I thought it would be Assault Vest, but I guess not. It could be Calm Mind plus Pain Split. That would make a decent amount of sense on this team. Actually, it would be quite nice against Stall. So yeah, that's smart. Although Cdumas using Stall would make no sense. I don't think he's ever used Stall, and he's kind of has a vendetta against it. But regardless, Z Flare Cannon looks insanely threatening at this point. This being the set instead of Assault Vest is nice. And he's just gonna fire off a safe Flare Cannon into the Heatran. It's going to take 21%, but then between leftovers and Grass Train is going to recover on up. Unfortunately for Obii, that puts him back on the back foot, giving Cdumas a couple of options here. And first of those options being, there's just a Stealth Rock up, which would likely remain up for the remainder of the game. Second one being just a Magma Storm, and I don't know about that, but he's going to be Z. Oh, is this Z fighting? Oh, and it's all out pummeling, and it lived the Magma Storm, and it's going to critical hit the Heatran. I don't know if that mattered or not. It probably did, unless it was a really offensive Heatran. But regardless, with Heatran out of the way, look how threatening the Superior is, especially if he could manage to get rocks up with that Lando T again, as then it would be dead. Although, quite frankly, anything kills it. The main thing is that it would be a proper revenge killer. But anyway, Calm Mind Z fight. That's cool. All right. So it's probably not. It could still be Pain Split, honestly. But anyway, Cdumas goes to Greninja to try and revenge kill this, and I imagine that Obie's going to let him do it. I think it's fairly likely anyway. This is Z Dig or Z Low Kick. You can go for the Z just to try and predict something, and it's just Tectonic Rage. Yeah, so as I predicted beforehand, that's probably just the safest move he has to hit it, which is fine. It also would have clocked, say, something like the Sharpedo trying to come in on an Ice Beam. So that's a smart move there from Cdumas. While he doesn't have it later, it kind of covered a potential alternative. Anyway, I imagine we're just going to see U-turn, but we could see Stealth Rocks. It's going to be a U-turn from Obii. It's going to get a critical hit on the opposing Lander's T as well. What health is Lele at? Lele is at full, so I would not be shocked to see that come in here. As now Moonblast pretty much threatens it. Yeah, I think you go Lele and you Moonblast because you don't need a healthy. He's going to elect to go to Superior, though. I'm not too fond of that, honestly, unless you want to go right back to Landorus. But nobody's going to opt to stand. He's going to take a mere 48% from U-turn, perhaps indicating that it has some bulk or the Landorus is not fully invested in an attack. Either way, that's a small amount. It usually does a bit over half, like 51 to 53, I think, on average. But, I mean, honestly, rolls are a range, so 48 could just be min anyway. But Leaf Storm looks ridiculously free. I just wasn't too huge on letting this take chip, as now, actually, with Psychic Train, it doesn't really matter, because you're not going to get sub later game. This is going to do 34% to the Mawile before a Mega Evolving, so it should be in range of +2 Hidden Power Fire now. Does he try and go to the Landorus on the HP Fire? He should live the Sucker Punch. I'm pretty sure this always lives Sucker Punch. We'll have to wait and see. Could be a roll if it's a max attack, because I know some run like 200 or 180 something attack with combination of HP investment for Hawlucha and speed, but I think that Cdumas' team is just kind of accepting a loss to Hawlucha. Anyway, we're going to find out Wait, it only did 51? What? Why did it do so little? That's so fucking weak. I don't think that's. Why did it only do 51? It's a +2 super effective hidden power fire on a freaking Mawile of all things. Sorry, I'm kind of at a loss. This is a really important turn now. Anyway, he's going to take out the Mawile with the Tapu Lele setting up Psychic Drain, so he couldn't even get Sucker Punch damage off. So Tapu Lele is at full, staring down a Greninja at this point, but it's locked into Moonblast, which actually is the ideal move to lock into, sure, as this in all likelihood does have a Dark move. But the issue of that is that, well, it's going to click Gunk Shot. It almost definitely is Gunk Shot. It's probably Spike's Ice Beam, Gunk Shot, Z-Dig. So now here comes the thing. If he clicks Gunk Shot and he's going to, Obii, no. Obii got that turn wrong. I would have went Landorus, just I feel like Cdu was really pressured to click Gunk Shot, but I think he was predicting Cdumas to overpredict. But now the issue is that I don't think he could beat the Bulu. He's going to need Paralysis or Flinch. Unless it's Boom. Fuck. God damn it, Obii. I guess he's predicting Cdu to take the higher road. Anyway, so on the bright side, he gets the Landorus in, which is likely able to revenge kill this with a U-turn. Yeah, so it's going to let the Sharpedo come in as well. And there is one perhaps saving grace, and that would be that if this is Explosion on Landorus, they could potentially take care of the Bulu. Also, the full paralysis prospect, as well as the Ice Fang flinch prospect. Ice Fang does look magnificent against these last two. It's just the issue is that Hornleech easily kills the Sharpedo, and that coupled with the fact that the Bulu is not Ice Fang range and it's at full health, really makes this a hard position for Obii. I imagine that if it's Explosion or some weird 2017 sludge bomb wave, whatever, Landorus, then he retreats to it here promptly. He should go to it anyway, just to bluff it. I don't think this is the time to bluff to flinch yet. I think you just hard Lando. He's gonna Mega and Ice Fang on the horn. I don't know, man. You've really, I don't like that. Ugh. I really feel like you could have bluffed the explosion, went to that, and just U-turn. But anyway, it's just Stone. Yeah, it is Stone Edge. So Cdumas is gonna walk away with his first win. I really wasn't too fond of how Obii approached the late game, but I don't think it was misplayed so much as just getting outplayed. But yeah, this is going to be a win for the Indie Scooters and a loss for the Cryonicals, unfortunately, for Obii's side, but fortunately for Cdumas, who also gets on the board with his first win, bringing him to 1-4. And this loss, I believe, brings Obii to 1-6, unfortunately. Not the best look for him, but he's definitely played some strong games. In fact, I think he played a strong mid-game here. It's just sometimes things don't go his way, or he makes one mistake and it costs him. It's just unfortunate. But yeah, that's going to be a win for Cdumas and the Scooters. That's going to bring them, I believe, to 1-0 this series. I don't know if any other games have been played, but either way, really close one. Interesting teams. Well played, even if the ending was kind of hard. Is what it is. Good game.